thank you for tuning in. This is episode number 1 of Real Men Radio. This is Dean Pizzoferrato. There is 4 of us here this evening. I'll let the guys introduce themselves.
Hey, my name's Eugene Dela Cruz.
Hey, my name is Bobby Soto.
And we have a 4th member here tuning in.
And Langley West.
Langley West coming in via Skype, so please forgive...
Langley West.
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 Coming in via Skype. There will be a little bit of a delay. Go ahead and ignore that. And, yeah, man, this is episode number 1. Guys.
You could ignore him altogether if you don't like him.
He is a very insightful man with a lot to say, so hopefully
The old sage.
Time in. So good stuff, guys. What have we been up to? This is episode number 1. What's going on?
Watching a lot of shitty rom-com movies.
Shitty rom-com movies.
Yeah.
Go ahead and care to elaborate. Anything specific?
What's that one with Jennifer Lopez? The Backup Plan?
Wow, shitty.
Yeah.
For sure. I haven't seen it.
Nah, don't see it.
So who dragged you to that?
You know who? The girlfriend.
Nice.
There should be a law against that.
There should be.
I mean, like, if you're a film student or in any type of film production, you should not be dragged into any movie.
You know what the law should be is if you want to shit on the movie, you shouldn't be called a jerk for shitting on the movie. Because you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, we can curse, right?
Yes. Oh, yes, sir.
Earn that explicit tag.
Explicit tag, parental advisory. Everybody has been warned. Fucks will be a-flying. Can you hear us, Langley, sir? Faintly.
It's pretty much required, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. This is a Ruse Films production.
What is it?
What's that, sir?
This is going to work best. This is going to work best if, every time you want me to talk, you address me because I'm only hearing half of what you guys are saying.
Okay. I will try to be the siphon. I will be the voice of us, and I'll try to communicate the question to you because it sounds like I'm closest to the mic. So you could hear me, kind of? Or we'll just address you loudly.
Absolutely.
Anyways, do you have anything to say about the Jennifer Aniston rom-comedies
The
as
least
of
the
late?
best.
I think Jennifer Lopez, right? Breakup Plan?
As of late?
As of
Doesn't
late.
matter.
So,
Wait.
like Marley and Me, we're talking all those, whatever she's been in.
I think we're getting there.
Why are we talking about
No, Jennifer.
That's what I've been up to.
I'm not qualified to chime in on that particular subject matter.
It's sad that I am the one who is
I do think
qualified.
that her recent turn towards violence is definitely a plus,
Yes.
but it definitely is not doesn't have the same feeling as her earlier work.
her
Her more artistic endeavors. is
as
what we're trying to
Rachel.
get at. Yes.
And I think we're getting the movie wrong, too. I think the movie's called The Backup Plan, right?
Backup
With
Plan.
Jennifer Lopez, not Aniston.
Is that what you're... Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Whoa, that could be...
oh,
That's a game
Oh.
changer.
That is a game changer. And I don't
that's
know
We're going to get some
that's
angry...
completely different.
that is... I mean, J-Lo, we're talking cinematic juggernaut. J-Lo, she is a force to be reckoned with.
That ass
Or used to
is-
be, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, that
Her
ass
ass
is
used to be
forced to
forced
be
to
reckoned with.
I don't know. Jack, Robin Williams, Jennifer Lopez, anybody?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Bad.
It was awesome.
Langley, what have you been watching, sir? Let's go ahead and chime in. Let's reel it in a little bit here.
Lately, well, the last thing I watched was Sherlock Holmes, which is kind of behind the times. I went and saw Kick-Ass,
Nice.
Nice.
and as much as it's a cliche to say, Kick-Ass did indeed kick ass. I haven't talked to anybody who saw it who did not enjoy it.
She must have not talked to Roger Ebert.
Oh, yeah.
The dude
Really?
hated that fucking movie.
the film.
Roger Ebert is falling behind the times.
Well, I think his biggest complaint was like that little 12-year-old cursing and shit.
I think the marketing was a little bit weird. They kind of sold it as a kind of a kids film, family film, but it definitely was not very R-rated. But I think the audience that it was shooting for, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
I thought it was a good homage to the comic book. I mean, they started shooting it before before Mark Miller,
Mark Miller, yeah.
Yeah, before Mark Miller even finished writing the comic book. So
I didn't know that.
As far as the graphic novel goes, did you guys keep in touch with the graphic novel at all? Does it hold? Is it kind of like?
The ending's different.
The ending is different.
Yep, he does. Well, spoiler alert: he doesn't get
the ending is different. But a lot of the key scenes are straight out of the graphic novel.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
And actually, I prefer the ending in the movie.
I'm going to end all of my sentences with stop.
Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. Technical difficulty here. We'll pick it up right after.
We can just cut that out.
And we're back. Let's go ahead and ignore that. Anyways, Kick-Ass. Great film. Nicolas Cage. Good stuff.
Dude, actually my favorite Nicolas Cage movie besides
You didn't like The
adaptation.
Wicker Man?
I did not see The Wicker Man.
Yeah, I skipped it.
I heard it was a remake. Was it?
It was the worst, best movie ever.
Yeah. Touching on your first film that you mentioned, Sherlock Holmes, did not see it yet. I really wanted to. A few things came out, didn't get a chance to get to the theaters. Noticed it's on Redbox. I might catch it. How'd it go? Guy Ritchie?
I don't
Robert Downey Jr.? I heard it was kind of slow.
It was kind of slow.
Yeah, I felt that too.
What'd you think? Langley, slow? Good? Paced well?
No, not at all. I thought it was paced well. It definitely has a Guy Ritchie feel. It has his signature camera work, and then again, I'm a sucker for that time period. So like, they could have been doing nothing, and I would have been watching. So, but basically, Robert Downey Jr. plays Tony Stark in Victorian England.
Yeah.
Nice.
Stop.
And stop.
If you take like the pikey fight scenes in Snatch, and then add logic to it, that's what Sherlock Holmes is.
Now, is it a origin story? Like we're going ground zero from telling the tale?
It picks
or-
up
No.
like in the middle.
In the middle.
Because I'm pretty sure they're going to continue it on. Like it seems like they're going to make
Yeah.
a trilogy. And
Yeah, they set it up to have a sequel.
They knew it was gonna make a lot of money.
Did it make a lot of money?
I think it did.
Who cares?
we'll have to check the numbers.
Oh, we could.
We
Yeah,
do
we
have
do have
laptops set up, ladies and gentlemen. You will be able to chime in with facts, believe it or not. Opposed to the season 1 of Real Men, where we kind of just vomited what was ever on our mind and turned out to be true or false.
Our drunk minds.
So
But
we
yes.
get no hate mail.
No hate mail as of yet.
Back up our client. Back up our facts.
Eugene, what have you been watching, sir? What's got your interest as of late?
Last movie I watched, like, it was brand new. I mean, I watch a lot of older movies, but I saw Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2?
What you think?
Again, Robert Downey. I want to like it because I love Iron Man and I like Jon Favreau. It's
Right.
just, it felt like they shot that movie to set up for something else, either the Avengers movie or maybe a part 3, and it just felt like they just kind of onced over.
Yeah,
You
and
know
it
what I
didn't
mean?
feel like they set up and we got an answer to it.
Yeah, like, I wish they would have played more with Tony Stark's alcoholism. That would have been nice to see. I mean, they did it with the drunk Iron Man suit, but
Yeah.
They kind of once over that.
yeah,
too.
that was like a once over. I was glad that Scarlett Johansson had like only a few speaking roles.
Yeah, because
I mean-
she's better when she doesn't talk.
She is better, much better when she doesn't
What,
talk, and much better when she's more naked.
What character is she? Because there's some loose talks going around that she actually might get a spin-off movie from... did you guys hear anything about that? I heard she might.
I hope not.
Yeah, I
Black
didn't
Widow?
hear.
Is she a
Yeah,
Black Widow?
She's the Black Widow. She's-
I mean, it'll be like the Elektra syndrome.
Yeah,
Cash-in kind of thing.
I mean, Daredevil was a shit movie, so I don't know why Elektra got its
Yeah.
own movie thinking that it was going to be a lot better than Daredevil, because shit characters are going to get shit movies too. But it would be nice to see as a spinoff from... I'd like to see a War Machine movie.
But
Go ahead, sir. You chiming in, Langley?
well,
Wow.
I have
very
not
insightful.
seen Iron Man 2 yet.
Yes.
However, just from the advertising, it looked like it was suffering from the Spider-Man 3 syndrome, where they're trying to introduce too many characters, too many different things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Iron Man. I really don't care if I see Iron Man 2 or not.
Yeah.
Langley's right because the final battle just kind of ended.
Yeah.
I was like,
kinda
hey
what I'm
guys, we got to
gathering.
wrap this movie up.
We got to wrap it up neatly. Let's get it ready for the third film to come out, nice and clean.
I mean, he had a harder time fighting Whiplash without
Yeah.
the armor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this should be like an epic battle.
Let's talk. Let's talk villains. Warhammer, or not Warhammer.
Sam, what was his name?
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
How do you do?
Dude, Mickey Rourke was a shit.
Mickey
Mickey
Rourke.
Rourke was the
John
shit,
Blanks.
but I didn't feel what they built it up to paid off.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was gonna be a badass villain, and then
It seemed like he was showing some sympathy. Like, I don't know, from the trailer, like how he was talking. I'm not sure how the story pans out. How much of a villain he actually is.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But I want to give kudos to Sam Rockwell.
Dude,
He
yeah.
was the movie. He stole the show.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam.
Moon.
Moon.
Did you guys? I fucking love Moon.
I love
Fucking
Moon.
loved Moon. Great film.
Best movie I saw.
Moon.
Moon.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude, that was a fucking awesome movie.
Awesome
Fuck
film.
yeah! Who directed Moon?
Duncan
David
Jones.
Bowie's son.
Duncan Jones.
I'm on it. Oh, Duncan
No,
Jones.
it was
he has
David Bowie's son.
Yeah, David Bowie's son.
There was a lot of miniature work in Moon, right?
Yeah, there was. I feel bad for Sam Rockwell.
Yeah,
Thought deserved the Oscar, at least a nod.
Something.
He
Yeah,
deserved
nothing.
a nod. I mean,
No Golden Globe. I think he got one for the Critics' Choice Award, did he? Like a nod, but none in the Golden Globes and none
Yeah.
in Oscars.
Travesty. There was
that
some,
movie should have been nominated for Best Picture.
There's some really
They
cool
should've-
stuff, like just like the mood of the film, the pacing of the film. It was a one-man
The
show.
music.
Dude killed it. Sam
It was
Rockwell.
fucking shit.
I'm gonna.
Kevin Spacey as the robot. We have a cat meowing. Wants to chime
I'm
in
gonna-
on Moon.
I'm gonna go handle
it
some
really.
business.
Yeah.
It,
So tell us about Moon.
Dean's gonna go beat a cat. No, just kidding. Dean's
Moon.
not gonna beat a cat.
What I liked about it is it seemed like a return to the thinking man science fiction film. It wasn't all about how cool everything looked, although everything did look cool. It was a lot more about story, but even more so about character.
Yeah.
Which you saw in things like 2001, Silent Running, these types of movies from the early 70s. And I think Moon is a throwback to that, and an excellent one. It's too bad it got ignored as much as it has. Like I talked to people, and
Travesty
they've
that it
never
got
even heard
ignored.
of it.
It pretty much broke even when it came to grossing
But that's-
in theaters.
Yeah. How about another hidden gem from last year? I kind of caught this last minute. Trick or Treat. Did you guys happen to see that? It was pulling this out of nowhere. I highly recommend it. It is a
horror
kind of
movie?
like it's a horror film. It's like a montage piece. It's like a bunch of smaller stories, all kind of encompassed in one, with a bunch of characters interacting with each other. Shot very low budget. Excellent film. Excellent film. Highly recommend it. You guys should probably check that out. Kind of slid under the radar. Yeah. There you go. That's what I've been watching.
Is that all you saw from?
That's all I saw. Since I haven't watched nothing. Last thing I saw was a Halloween film. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. News and rumors, guys? Anything floating around you excited about? Rumblings?
I do.
He does something.
Yeah, he does.
I do want to mention.
Yes.
I want to mention a French movie that I just discovered. It was made in 2001 called VDOC. It's VIDOCQ. Who's the visual effects guy for Jean-Pierre Junot, the same guy that made City of Lost Children, Alien Resurrection, the new movie Micmacs, Delicatessen. VDuck is an excellent movie. It is really, really good. It stars he's a famous detective in 19th century France, and he's chasing this bad guy called the Alchemist. It works in some mystical elements, some magical elements, but great detective story. Follows a guy who's trying to write the memoirs of VDOC because you are led to believe that VDOC has died. but has a lot of twists, a lot of great things. Look it up if you're looking for it. You might find it under the title of Dark Portals.
Dark Portals?
Dark Portals.
French
Yeah,
make
that's
some crazy films,
the
man.
Yeah, no.
American title.
Was it a
Anyways.
small
It's
indie
probably one
French
of those.
film?
It's one of those movies that
I'm looking at
Langley
the-
made up.
I'm looking
not
at the
even real.
IMDb page now.
The alleged IMDb
Yeah,
page.
You're a liar. I don't
We should have
question.
a categories of movies Langley saw that you should see and you never
Or-
heard of.
Eugene, you're lucky I can't reach you.
He's ready to show.
Knowing Langley, he
Yeah.
probably could reach through the screen.
It's, we could call it movies Langley made up.
Yeah. It's a recurring theme from season 1 of Real Men Video Podcast. Yeah, pretty good stuff. News and rumors. Here's something I kind of seen recently. I've noticed they're going to trying to relaunch the Looney Tunes.
What?
Oh, wow.
Did you guys see
They're
anything
trying
about
to
this?
relaunch Looney Tunes?
Relaunch the Looney
How
Tunes.
that shit's
They're-
classic. How you relaunch
Now
it,
here's the
that's
thing.
classic.
Here's the thing that you're going to drive yourself nuts, or you're really going to love it. What they're doing is they're creating short films, 3D animated short films,
Fuck
and they're
that shit.
attaching them to the beginning of children's films to kind of relaunch the franchise. How do you
Nah.
guys feel about 3D Looney Tunes?
No. Fuck
Bobby.
3D.
Fuck 3D?
What's
Yeah.
the point of 3D? It
I
feels
mean-
like you're watching a movie with shades on.
The absolute charm of the Looney Tunes was the hand-drawn animation. Am I correct? Kind of like the artistic of.
Are they still keeping the 2D and then
well,
do 3D conversion? Or?
I think they're relaunching it as a 3D franchise.
wow.
There is because it was on slashfilm.com. They are relaunching a WB animated cartoon series, but as far as the new IP goes, I think they're looking towards 3D animated feature-length films. The first one was a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner short film, and I mean, as far as the 3D animated project goes, it looks pretty clean, but I think the question is going to come down to, will the charm be there? I mean, the hand-drawn animation, I mean, this is some classic shit.
I think it'll still be there. I mean,
Yeah.
Looney Tunes. It's like one of those things that could never die. You know what I mean?
I grew up
Yeah.
on Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes can never die, but have you seen this cartoon? Is it still as violent?
Well,
Is this...
They have the snapshot, and it's pretty much Wile E. strapped to a rocket, so it's going to be the token violence.
Classic.
Classic stuff.
Looney Tunes is the first Goonies. Never say
yeah.
die.
Hey, I grew up on it.
Yeah.
Langley West.
I got another rumor.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
All right, so as everyone knows, Megan Fox
Yes.
has been kicked off.
Hold on, Langley.
Langley, shut the hell up. Just joking.
Eugene's
Okay.
only
Yeah,
being
okay.
so brave because he's
Yeah.
a second ahead.
He's a
Well-
second ahead, and he's hundreds of miles away.
Exactly.
So he's got a tough mouth.
I noticed you
This is a evolutionary process.
although I'm going to be there June 7th.
Nice.
Fuck yes, dude.
I'll apologize before you come.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this was the pilot episode of Real Men Radio.
Working out the kinks, working out the kinks.
So, as everyone knows, Megan Fox has been kicked off
Yes.
the Transformers 3 set. And
Yes.
then there's a list of possible candidates for Shia LaBeouf's love interest. And I guess one of them is Rosie Huntington-Whiteley.
I have no
So,
idea.
no idea who she is. She's a Victoria's Secret model.
Nice.
Just as hot. Maybe even hotter than Megan Fox because she doesn't have weird thumbs. So,
Sounds like Michael Bay is continuing in the effort of high-class talent
yes.
first.
So
Cool.
Shia's nerdy character is gonna go from one hot girl to another hot girl,
Yes.
Like,
and we're supposed to relate to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, I think Shia is living a life, being surrounded by transforming cars that turn into robots, hot chicks, and I don't know, man, just being fucking famous and shit.
Now, as far as Megan Fox, did she get booted or did she quit? Because that's kind of up for debate,
Did-
right?
I heard she quit.
I heard she quit.
I heard she got booted.
See, I
I
don't know. Who
mean, like
knows?
everyone in the
I heard she
set
quit.
didn't like her. So
I
I
heard
think they said she quit, but I think she got booted.
she probably got booted.
'Cause
I mean,
she-
it's a big fucking franchise. Who quits a big franchise?
Yeah,
Besides
she-
Terrence Howard.
it's a big paycheck. I mean, it's pretty big.
And she referred to Michael Bay as Hitler, right?
Yeah.
Saying on the set he was like Hitler, like.
I mean, I understand that shit. He's just a pretty serious director. I'm sure fucking James Cameron is just the same.
This podcast is being recorded in the ghetto, by the way.
As it turns out, in fact, we are still in the ghetto. ladies and gentlemen.
We at the Ruse Films, we keep it real.
Yep.
We are trying to expand. Moving on up very slowly.
Yeah, Bobby just killed a person.
Hey, he was talking shit, you know.
Good
About my
stuff.
rom-coms. No, I'm not gonna take it.
Rom-coms. I don't know.
Have you guys seen the Thor suit?
Yeah.
What Thor looks like?
What'd you
Yeah.
think? I loved it.
I thought it was cool. It looked plastic. Maybe with a little bit of color correction, it'll start to look legit. But
Sorry, dude.
Go right ahead.
Speaking of suits, did you hear what they're gonna do with the Green Lantern suit?
they're motion tracking it, right?
Yeah.
It's like all CG.
All CG.
See how it
I
goes,
mean,
man.
that could be cool, but I like. It's like the Ninja Turtle thing, you know what I mean? Like I prefer the suits over the CG.
Yeah. It looked pretty good. It kind of felt like X-Men 1, kind of like the black wetsuit kind of thing going on. We'll see. I don't know. Look cool.
You know, that's my biggest gripe about like any comic book movie is when they try to take like this fantastical story, not even a word, but this story based on fantasy, and like try to make it real. Like I miss the fucking blue Cyclops suit and the yellow like Wolverine suit. Like I wish I could have seen that. You know, I've always pictured X-Men that way. I know there's kind of based off Ultimate X-Men, which is cool, which is a cool series, but I find like weird suits and superheroes just go well together. Except for Superman, I think that's pretty gay.
I mean, people argue that a suit like that can't work on film, but I think it can. I mean, how great would it have been to see Cyclops' blue suit,
And
Wolverine's yellow
Wolverine's yellow
suit,
suit, yeah,
Storm's mohawk
so.
80s thing
with like the fucking tight.
with the tight
Yeah.
cut-off
Tight
vest,
tights.
tight pants,
I mean, yeah, that would have been
Little
like real awesome. to
Rogue
fucking
action.
see.
You see,
Rogue with her white hair, and
Sarah Packen, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
That's why. That's
Go ahead, sir.
Langley type it in from the future.
I was going to say that's why my favorite superhero movie is Unbreakable
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a real superhero.
because I'm not into the.
Yeah.
That's a good. It's a good movie and it's a good superhero movie that
Yep.
people don't normally think of when they think of superheroes.
Best hairdo ever by a villain.
Exactly. Hey, you know, X-Men Origins, by the way, Matthew Vaughn, the director of Kick-Ass,
Yes.
is actually the new director of X-Men Origins.
It's good.
I'm a little anxious because I felt it was rushed. I mean, the production starts pretty soon.
Yeah.
Found out that like Bryan Singer planned on shooting it. I thought he was directing it, and then come to find out, doing Jack the Giant Killer first, and just staying as producer for X-Men Origins. But I think that's a good pick. Drop Brett Ratner, the man that killed the series. But then
Brett
again,
Ratner.
I didn't think the X-Men series was alive anyway with Bryan Singer's hand. Even though 2 was pretty badass. That's because I like all the mixtures of the mutants and like just the origin story.
Who the fuck decided to replace Bryan Singer or Brett Ratner?
I think Bryan Singer decided to replace Bryan Singer with Brett Ratner.
Matthew
Yeah, I
Vaughn.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Looks like he is actually geared up to do Kick-Ass 2. Has
Yep.
a Balls to the Wall has a title, so that's good to
I
see.
was like,
has two
what did they
balls to the
say?
wall.
2012?
2012. I was a bit worried because the marketing was kind of a bit skewed, and I guess the initial box office release they didn't do as good as they wanted it to do, and I was
mean,
worried about the sequel. But it looks like it's happening.
Was it like 30 million?
I don't know the actual number, but it's good to know that the sequel is in fact a going.
Balls to the wall.
Which is funny because Mark Miller hasn't even written a sequel yet. I mean,
Oh, really?
actually, yeah. I got to meet the dude.
Who,
a long
Mark
time-
Miller?
Yeah, I got to meet Mark Miller over in one of the comic book stores here in Vegas. I think it was like Maximum Comics. He was there. He said something about Kick-Ass, but it didn't sound like Kick-Ass because it was like because of his like deep Irish accent. It was like Kick-Ash something. I don't know. But he was just like, yeah, we're doing this movie, and I'm not even done writing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's weird.
That could call into question the quality of the sequel. Could be a quick cash in. We'll see though. It seems like they left it pretty
I
open.
think that's what.
Actors got to pay the bills too.
But what are sequels anyway?
Yeah, quick cash-ins.
Except for I know David Cronenberg's doing a sequel to. What was the last movie he did? Not History of Violence, but after Eastern Promises. There's an Eastern Promises too. And if you IMDb, that's actually up right now. So.
There's an Eastern Promises 2 coming out.
Yes.
More naked Vigo.
No shame.
Something for the ladies.
No shame. Here's another fun little piece of news I kind of read back a while ago. They are relaunching Old Men. Sorry.
Old Men.
I was going to say Old Boy, but what I meant to say was Battle Royale is going to be re-released in 3D post-conversion. They're going to relaunch it in Japanese theaters. It might come to America, but they are doing the post-conversion 3D process on a film that does not need the post-3D conversion process. I don't know.
I'm probably going to get kicked off, but I don't know what Battle Royale is.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. You
Sorry.
need to leave right now. Open that door, walk out the door, get in your car.
But we live in the ghetto, guys.
We live
Give me
in
a
the ghetto.
gun or something.
The knife is by the door.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Essential real men viewing, I would like to think. It's pretty badass. It's a good piece. Japanese film. Very dark.
It's pretty much about a bunch of high school kids standing on an island, given a bunch of random weapons, and last one to live gets to leave. That's pretty much what the story's about. Battle Royale. Remember
Simple
there,
story. Sounds great.
Yep, they were actually going to do an American remake, but I think with no one wanted to see an American remake because how badass the first movie was. That is a pretty weird movie to try to do a 3D conversion because it wasn't pretty. I mean, like, there's no shots. It wasn't, like, a very cinematic movie. And a lot of it was handheld camera, very kinetic. So
And
it'd be, like, really interesting to see in 3D. And I feel like action 3D, like in Clash of the Titans, just does not work. So
no, you're right. And I didn't see Clash of the Titans, but I heard the Upconvert just received a lot of negative reviews.
Oh, dude.
Did not see it in 3D, but the film itself was pretty lazy effort. I mean, the IP is pretty classic.
Oh, here's a rumor. Actually, the shooting script for Clash of the Titans was much different from the final product. Apollo and Athena played a bigger role. So did Poseidon. And at the very end of the movie, there were just two gods, pretty much, which was Zeus and Hades. And to me, there was just, like, a lot of plot holes in that movie. I mean, like, why would you destroy a city? Like, you have it in your mind to destroy this whole city and then help your son stop you from destroying the city. That doesn't make any sense to me, so.
Change of heart.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Langley?
Clash of the Titans, sir. How does it hold up against... Well, I'm going to...
Okay.
I'm assuming you haven't seen the new release.
Oh, man.
Talk about the original,
Lanning's
sir.
about to go on a rant right now. I can feel it.
Hopefully the line
All
is
right.
down.
He fixed his seat every
All
morning.
right.
Okay.
Clash of the Titans, the original Clash of the Titans was the last movie made by the freaking awesome Ray Harryhausen.
Preach it, brother.
The king of stop motion animation. And it was magic. It was great. It was as soon as they said that they were going to bring out this fucking remake, I said I ain't going to go see this, for one thing. Two, it's going to suck ass. Three, they did the stupid 3D conversion after bullshit. There's three things that I would like to talk about, if I may.
Contain yourself.
Go
sir.
ahead.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Preach, brother.
Rock on, sir.
All right. Okay, number one, since we were talking about comic books and comic book movies and superheroes, keep your eyes peeled for something called The Boys.
Interesting.
The Boys is a graphic novel written by Garth Ennis. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. And what's interesting is the main character, the model for the main character was Simon Pegg. So essentially, you're reading this comic with Simon Pegg as the main character. It has been optioned for film adaptation, so keep your eyes peeled for it. What's really cool about it is it basically takes the premise that superheroes, being the indestructible dudes that they are acting like real people would if they had those powers. They're abusing them. They're taking advantage of them. All the if you're a chick superhero and you want to join an existing team, you got to give head to all the other guys before you're part of the team.
Sounds fair.
They're
Where's
jerks.
this?
And
What strip
The
club?
Boys is a
Where do we sign
secret
up?
kind of underground group of regular guys who are out there to kind of keep a leash on the superheroes. So a very cool idea. Keep your eyes peeled. The Boys. The other thing I want to talk about is Greek mythology. We had this Clash of the Titans remake, this Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief franchise.
Garbage, by the way.
That was
We were
garbage.
talking about Mickey Rourke earlier. Keep your eyes peeled for something called The Immortals.
Yes,
The
Tarsem
Immortals.
Singh.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be really good. The same man who brought you?
The Fall
Yes.
and
Wow.
The Cell.
I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
Real men, we know our
that's gonna
shit.
be very cool.
At least I do.
At least Jim does. Good stuff,
The
man.
last thing I want to talk about, and then I'll because I every time I talk, I feel like I'm interrupting because of this weird delay.
We will get this ironed out real soon.
Yeah.
But preach on. baby.
Okay. 3D. I guess it's here to stay.
Shame.
What do
it
you
is.
think about it? I mean, obviously the stupid, the conversion afterwards.
Yeah.
I think everybody's pretty much in agreement is bullshit. But
Fuck it.
especially for a movie like Battle Royale, like Eugene was saying.
It's here to stay.
That's the stupidest idea I've ever freaking
It's here
heard.
to stay, and it's a travesty that it's here to stay.
But 3D in general, my personal feeling is there is the occasional movie that would benefit from 3D. Avatar was one of them.
How to Train
Alice in
Your Dragon.
Wonderland could have done with or without. But this whole craze of like making everything in frickin' 3D has got to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta stop.
To be honest-
Could you imagine Reservoir Dogs
Yeah.
3D? It'd be stupid.
Yeah.
A whole lot
It's
of-
pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
To be honest with you guys, I think if they're not careful, I think this the post process might kill the whole 3D movement. Because if they're just doing these quick, cheap cash-ins and people are paying, however much more it is
$20.
to
Yeah.
see these
I mean,
films, and it's crap. Fuck it. Who's gonna go pay to see another 3D movie?
Yeah.
Avatar was, in my experience, the only occasion that I've ever sat back and was like, wow.
And the 3D is great.
The first scene, the opening scene where he pulls him out of that
but-
chamber, that depth of
Yeah.
field. I mean, that, as long as they shoot with 3D in mind,
Exactly.
I'm game. I'm game.
Yeah,
I like
and
it.
fucking what? James Cameron was planning to make Avatar for 10 years?
Yes.
So he had the idea of 3D in his mind for 10 years.
Yeah, no, like he knew he was going to do it in 3D. And then when people also get lost in what 3D is, 3D isn't shit coming your
Yeah.
way. 3D means three-dimensional. And why Avatar worked so well is because it was like looking through a window. I mean, like you could see the horizon line and go past it. Like that's why that 3D was cool. Like, but when you watch movies like Alice in Wonderland, to me it just looks like a fucking pop-up book, and I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like
All the
something wrong with
3D
it. Yeah.
gags in it.
It's cheap cash in.
Yeah,
I agree with you. That's where I want to see movies go, where it looks like you're watching it through a window.
through a window. Yeah,
that's what it's all
exactly.
about. Something to kind of a very interesting point to reinforce the 3D. I'm hearing that Scorsese's next film will in fact be in 3D.
Dude.
If there's any kind of filmmaker, any kind of artistic auteur out there that's working now, Scorsese is it, and
hate
his
to
next film is in 3D. What do you
I hate
guys?
to say it, but I think Scorsese just retire. He's like
I
Michael
don't know.
Jordan playing on the Wizards.
I think we were
man.
talking about this a while ago. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I love Scorsese.
I mean,
He's
right?
like my
We all
hero,
love him,
so-
right?
I mean,
Yep.
Would we all be
I
here
don't
without
know.
Scorsese?
I don't know, though.
I'm interested. I want to see what Scorsese.
I don't think
do in 3D.
I absolutely see where you're coming from, Bobby. I don't know, Shutter Island. I don't think he's there yet. He's skirting dangerously close to becoming a character, a character of himself. I don't know. I don't know. Shutter Island was pretty good, I thought.
I did. I liked Shutter Island, but then again, I have a pretty big bias when it comes to Scorsese movies. The man could shit,
Shit,
and
enjoy it.
I would think it'd be the best shit ever.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but he did a short as a commercial, The Key to Reservia.
I saw that. I meant to see it.
Very
I
good,
did.
very,
Was it
very good.
Of course,
He-
it's Scorsese.
Oh yeah, he kind of did it was a very unique concept. They basically, I'm not sure how real it was, but they were kind of going through and they found this lost, unedited and unshot script of Hitchcock, and basically it was called The Key to Reservia. They kind of were doing revived it and filmed it, and it turned out really, really good. So I suggest everybody checking it out.
I'm also pretty excited about that HBO show he's producing about the Atlantic City Boardwalk. What's it called?
Haven't heard about
I
it.
heard about this.
Oh,
Google it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna.
While
Google
Eugene
it.
Googles it,
Yes.
I saw Casino a couple weeks back,
Oh, yeah?
and I'm still amazed about how much it
Oh,
holds
yeah.
up. And living in Vegas, I love watching old movies about
Like
Vegas.
how pissed were you that they gave him an Oscar for?
The Departed.
Yeah, and
Not his best. Not his best.
I love The Departed.
I
It's
love it,
actually
but
probably
is
one
it
of my-
Casino? Is it Goodfellas?
Is it
fucking
Raging Bull?
Bull?
Dude, there's like
No.
a shit ton of
Yeah,
it is
movies
not.
that he should have won an Oscar for, and they kind of gave it to him because they owed it to him. That's how I feel about Jeff Bridges, where
Yeah.
you know they could have given him an Oscar a long ass fucking time ago, but they give it to him now, and that's because they owed it to him.
That's why. Fuck the Academy
Hey,
Awards.
so how do you feel? Like going back to Avatar, how do you feel about the DVD and Blu-ray release with no special features and the re-release of the extra 45 minutes in the summer, and then
really?
another release to DVD and Blu-ray in December? I think it's just like Sony trying to cash in.
Why the need to double dip? I mean, it's the highest
Exactly.
grossing movie of all time.
It's
Just-
pretty ugly because they know people will pay for it. It's kind of like almost, I think they're re-releasing finally the Lord of the Rings movies on Blu-ray, and they are in fact doing the same thing they did with the first times. They're just going to release the bare bones theatrical Blu-ray, and then a couple of months after they're going to release the extended cut Blu-ray. I think what we're looking at is greed with kind of the companies. I don't know, it just, I mean, it's no other way. I mean, they're double dipping.
Well, if the
Make your
fans
money
ask
whatever
for it,
way.
I'm sorry, dude.
I don't know. I'm just saying the economy's there, and you're trying to make your money whatever way you can.
I'm sure a lot of the fans ask for the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I understand because the fans probably asked for it to watch it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
No, but I am pissed off at that release also because if you buy the Blu-ray release of the Lord of the Rings, I used to work at a Barnes Nobles in the music section where I sold DVDs. The edition that you get to watch of the Lord of the Rings is only the theatrical 3.5 hours
What?
long. It's not
Bare
even
bones.
the 5-hour long
What?
Lord of the Rings.
No, all right.
Which they
Take it
will
back.
inevitably release a couple
Okay.
weeks,
Yep.
a month or two later.
How are you gonna play the Lord of the Rings drinking game with just the 3-hour movie?
What's his Lord of the Rings?
Oh, dude, the Lord of the Rings drinking game is awesome.
Take a
you
shot
watch-
every time somebody sings.
No, you
Explain, sir.
you watch Lord of the Rings, preferably Return of the King. Every time they hug, take a shot.
Oh, shit.
Every time they look like they're about to kiss, take a shot.
Nice.
So the first 30 minutes of this fucking movie, you're drunk as fuck already. So
That's
is
a
fun to
life
play.
and death game, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
that is-
I don't think I've ever survived the whole 5.5 hour of Return of the King, especially like how many shots you have to take at the very end of the movie
Yeah.
with the 7 endings that Peter Jackson gives you.
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
So, returning to Martin Scorsese, the show is actually called Boardwalk Empire. So, we're half right. We're almost there, but not really.
Nice. Boardwalk Empires, HBO. Tune in,
Cool.
ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I am wondering what are you working on anything, Langley, over there in Washington?
Washington.
Or you could just sit there and stare.
Yes,
at
I am, but I'm gonna talk about something else for just a minute. I'm gonna weigh in
Detour.
on Scorsese.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Everything Eugene said is spot on. Scorsese is one of the greatest filmmakers that's ever lived. I really do believe that. Did you know that he is working on a Frank Sinatra biopic? And his choice to play Frank Sinatra is Al Pacino.
Oh, really?
And his choice to play Dean Martin
Uh-huh.
is Robert De Niro.
I can see Robert De
Which
Niro as Dean
which I
Martin.
think would be interesting since
So-
both of those guys are probably older than Frank was when he died. I
So
don't
they're
know.
not doing
But
the
anyway,
young
it should be
Sinatra.
pretty cool.
I don't think so.
It's not the young-
I think it would be really cool.
They're not doing the young Sinatra, right?
Apparently not. I mean, if he's wanting Al Pacino, then I guess not. Unless he's
Yeah. How old is Al Pacino
What?
now? I've seen him in
like 60?
60.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because what's that movie? He was in You Don't Know Jack, the Kevorkian story. And I'm
Dude,
assuming
he
they did
looks-
some makeup, but he's got to be pretty old now. He's got to be.
They want to pick up on Frank Sinatra when he was too old and he could say racist comments and
I
get
think
away
they-
with it.
They want to do the Frank Sinatra
Creepy
movie
old
after he
Sinatra.
died, right? They're trying to zombie Sinatra.
Zombie Sinatra.
Have,
The Rat Pack as a
have
zombie.
you
Nice.
have you been able to identify when Al Pacino stopped talking in movies and began barking?
Maybe after Serpico.
Any given Sunday?
It's hard to say.
I don't know. He's pretty
think that
tamed.
might be-
He's pretty tamed in Ocean's 13. It's like he just learned his lines 5 minutes before he started shooting.
I think that's the danger whenever you become an actor of that status, is that you're just kind of brought in because you're who you are, and they prop you up and say, go. You know, Robert De Niro is one of my favorite actors of all time, but every time I see him anymore, he's doing a parody of himself.
Yeah.
His work in, dude, Taxi Driver is,
Yeah.
if I was stranded on a desert island, Taxi Driver is the movie that I'd have with me.
Here's a
That is
here's a fun little exercise for
excellent
everybody.
movie from both Scorsese and
Robert
De Niro.
Yeah, good stuff. Favorite Scorsese flick? Throw it out there.
But
Go ahead, jump in. Whoever's ready.
Goodfellas.
Taxi Driver.
I'm gonna go with Taxi Driver too.
Taxi Driver's good, but
It's,
I love Goodfellas. Like, it's hard to say which one's your favorite because they're all great.
yeah.
But I saw Goodfellas when I was, 6?
yeah.
Hey, you know
And it
what?
sticks with
What
me.
movie I would bring with me if I was stuck on a desert island? A porno.
Yeah, you need some entertainment. Have you seen the parody pornos coming out now?
Yes, I have.
High quality.
High quality stuff?
No, not really.
Not really.
That's the last one I saw. I think I saw. I don't know.
30 minutes of plot, an hour and a half of sex.
Nice. Welcome to Real Men After Hours. Grab your Cavassier and lube, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say Nailin' Palin was pretty good.
Nail and Palin.
Maybe. Who knows?
I want to see the 30 Rock one.
30 Rock. I've not
No,
heard of
I
it.
watched the Dexter one, or by watch I mean skimmed through the whole thing and got to the good
Jerked off
parts.
furiously.
Yes.
Ran.
Got,
Anyways,
watched it attentively for 10 seconds and skimmed through the whole.
good stuff.
There's a Big Lebowski one.
That's
Good
weird.
stuff. Awkward. Cool.
So what are you working on now, Langley?
New project, sir. We saw the some pretty cool makeup shots you
okay,
posted on Facebook. I was digging them.
Should post links to this Facebook somewhere.
In the show notes,
Yeah,
the Facebook page, Ruse
just
Films
got done
Facebook
working
page.
on that thing. It's called Ekphrasis. It
Sassafras?
has, I did makeup on that, and the next thing that's coming up is a series of commercials. They're fake commercials. They're done as promo pieces. The one that I'm working on right now is a Doritos commercial where I have to attach an umbilical cord to a Doritos bag.
Nice, very
My
classic.
own stuff, what I have going on, is it's for me right now. It's all about getting the studio up and off the ground. The property that I got up here has an outdoor building it's excellent for a studio. So there's going to be green screen. There's already a basically a lab, a workshop. So it's going to be kind of like a creature shop.
Nice.
Nice.
I want to see some more.
And the goal is to have it done by the end of summer, so we can start putting out product.
Cool stuff, man. I want to see more stop motion work from you, sir.
Yeah,
Exactly.
lot
I think
more.
that's probably my favorite
I want to see
out of
more.
all your projects.
I want to see more stop motion and Langley acting.
Langley
Langley.
acting, good times.
You know, Langley is one of the funniest actors I've ever worked with. You got anything going on, Soto?
Soto, talk projects, sir.
What I got going on? Nothing. Just working to pay the bills.
Easy.
Paying the bills, man.
Easy.
I wish I had something going. I have this going on,
Nice.
which is
Nice.
great.
Let's talk about it. Every Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
Thought it was every Monday,
We record on Mondays. We will post Friday.
Friday.
so I just fucked up the whole.
Yes, you did.
Soto lifted the veil to wrongness. No, but yeah,
Way to
basically,
reveal the magician's secret.
we record on Mondays. We launch on Fridays, and
but-
we will have the Skype worked out a little bit. So hopefully next time, Langley
Happy to
will
be here.
Yep.
Get out of the house. Get away from the rom-coms.
What about you, D?
Nice.
Anything in
Oh
New
yeah,
stuff.
Eugene. What about you? What do you got going on?
Oh, what about me?
No?
Hey,
What about-
you want to go?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Oh well, I finished writing a script for a luchador movie I've been wanting to do. Hopefully that gets launched pretty soon here. Working on a bunch of commercials. I got Anthony DeLuca's and Associates tomorrow.
Nice.
Finished up doing a bunch of lawyer commercials pretty much, and plus that movie. And I think we're gonna do the Coca-Cola, not drug Coke, but Coca-Cola.
We're gonna do lots of Coke.
Yeah.
We're
And,
gonna
We're
Lots of Coke. Dan
gonna
do a
do the
Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola contest.
cool.
That's
So
up on the horizon too. So
if I'm correct, I believe that we have some information on the Luchador script at
Yep.
therusefilms.com. Check out the current projects tab, and you can find out what's going on with that. Leave your email. Eugene's email's on there. Send him some information, casting, production work. Get involved.
maybe like I don't know, some pointers, some. Don't be mean though. I'm fragile.
Eugene
I cry
sensitive.
easy.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I do want to throw this out there also. When the studio's done and we have an official grand opening, I want to have like a big gathering similar to Mike Conway's Indie Meet up here. Just get everybody that I can possibly think of that is able to make it to get together for a weekend here and do some workshops, work on some stuff, network, get your business cards out there, and just basically have a great weekend of film.
Sweet.
Cool, man.
Oh, speaking of Mike Conway's Indie Meet is on May 28th through the 30th. It's over at his house. I have no idea what that is because it'd be my first time going, but it should be fun. There's a lot of perusing, schmoozing.
All kinds of stuff going on. There is it's a 3-day event. One day is dedicated to booths and kind of breakout demonstrations of filmmaking. Another day is dedicated to short films being screened, and then kind of the third day is dedicated to networking, that kind of stuff. And it's really cool. Stay tuned to our website. We will be teaming up with Mike Conway to do a video podcast. Further details will be announced, and good stuff. So please do stay tuned.
Right, sweet ass, man.
So I think that's pretty much it. I'm kind of gearing
That's a
down.
good stopping point, yeah.
We're gearing down. We're looking at about 45 minutes
Oh wow.
for the first pilot episode. So
Blows out the
Not
water
bad.
cooler.
blows out the water cooler. The
Yeah,
water
I know.
cooler is 5 minutes or so. Amateur hour. No,
I know.
water cooler just launched. We recorded. I guess as this is being recorded, episode 2 is live in iTunes. Be sure to check it out. iTunes Store. Search the Ruse Films, and hopefully by this weekend, the Ruse Real Men Radio will be up as well. So search on that. Subscribe through iTunes. Best way to get updated every week.
Yeah, check out the
And-
water cooler. Dean does a great job.
We are. Actually, I'm very excited to announce that we do have interviews lined up.
Yes.
Nice.
Interviews will be done this week. We have 3 or 4 geared up. And the last episode will hopefully be the last solo episode of the water cooler. Kind of defeats the purpose. One man standing at the water cooler mumbling to himself.
Just speaking out loud.
Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud there. But stay tuned. Lots of interesting stuff going on. Thank you for tuning in. This is Dean Pizzoferrato.
This is Eugene Dela
This
Cruz.
is Bobby Soto.
That was Langley West.
That's Langley West.
Thank you for tuning in.
Langley
This-
West.
Yes,
Real-
Langley West.
Real Men Radio episode 0 or 1?
Or one.
Or 1. We'll see.
And
Episode number 1. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Bye.
bye.